ahead of Independence Day tomorrow, several US congressmen are here across party lines, an important sign of the relationship between India and the US. We're joined by a very special guest, Congressman Shri Thanedar, on this program. Thanks, Congressman, very much for being with us. You're part of a bipartisan delegation of US congressmen. What is the significance and message that you want to send by attending India's Independence Day celebrations?
Well, first of all, representing the oldest democracy as a United States representative from the state of Michigan. So I'm like a Khasdar in United States Congress or Lok Sabha. Obviously, we respect India. We respect India because it is the largest democracy in the world. And India has made a remarkable progress over the last 75 years. And I'm here at the invitation of Prime Minister Modi ji. When he came to the United States, I had the distinct pleasure to escort him to the joint session of the Parliament. Joint session of Congress, we call it. And Mr. Modi ji and I had a long conversation, one-on-one conversation, where we talked about bilateral relations. And we also talked about the misconceptions there are in United States Congress. And part of the reason the delegation is here, I have with me about 6 other Congress members. And Modi ji felt it was important that Congress members come to India, get to know the country, get to know its people, get to know its culture, and how people are living in harmony. People with different culture, different religion, different language, different food. And so part of the purpose is not only to be at Red Fort, watch the historic ceremony, watch and listen to Modi ji's speech, congratulate India on its spectacular achievement, and also work towards building stronger relationship.
Now, the India-US relationship is multidimensional, and the joint statement in the US when the Prime Minister was there focused on everything from high-tech to so many other areas. And that, I think, is one of the best things about the relationship. Could you share a few more details about that?
Prime Minister Modi ji and President Biden have built a very strong friendship, a very strong personal friendship. And that will go a long way in developing very strong relationships. I lived in India first 24 years of my life. I lived in poverty. I decided to go to US to study and help my family lift out of poverty. And I've been in the United States ever since, got an education, started a small business that grew, technology business, got a PhD in chemistry. So I'm a chemist by training. Ran small businesses for many years and then decided that I achieved my American dream. But America has given me so much and I wanted to give back. And that's the reason I entered into politics, became an MLA, a state representative in Michigan, then now a Khasdar or MP or what we call US Congressman. So I'm deeply interested in seeing a strong relationship. Look, the non-alignment that India has practiced for decades, now with US being the only superpower, time has come now to look at US-India relationship, and we need to go beyond the niceties. We need to go beyond the relationship that we have enjoyed over the last several decades as the largest and the oldest democracy. The time has now come to build a much stronger, trusting relationship. Almost a time to rethink the non-alignment policy and build and have a trust in the United States. I believe that if these two great countries can come together and truly form friendship, we can do so much in defense, in space technology, in medicine. That's where we need to go.
Do you believe the deepening relationship between India and the United States is premised upon a shared concern over China?
Oh, absolutely. China is a growing factor of concern. China has become militarily aggressive with its drone technology. Iran is become a major source of trouble. Terrorism, state-sponsored terrorism is that Iran practices, and how close Iran is to acquiring a nuclear bomb. And it would be very destabilizing, and it would be in the best interest, national security interest of the United States, that we stop the aggression of China.
Sure.
We stop the aggression of Iran, and we stop the aggression of Russia. We have seen what Russia can do to a sovereign nation like Ukraine. And so if India, United States, and perhaps Israel is also a powerful defense technology. There is an innovation culture, there is a entrepreneurial culture in Israel. I just spent a week in Israel visiting various sites, and their defense capabilities are outstanding. So if United States, Israel, and India can form this strong bond, these three democracies, against the terrorism of Iran, against the military aggression of China, and against the Russian ambition and encroachment into the sovereign countries like Ukraine, we need to fight this, and the democratic forces need to align.
A final question to you, sir. What are your key focus areas during this visit?
Not only we want to participate into the celebration of the 75th anniversary, we intend to meet with the Prime Minister, we intend to meet with the President of India, and we'll be meeting with several cabinet ministers to continue our collaboration in space, in cyber technology, in mobility. I represent Michigan and Detroit. Detroit is a world center of automotive technology, and I'm looking to see how as there is a lot of changes happening in the automotive technology in terms of mobility, in terms of electric batteries, and how India and United States and India and my state of Michigan can collaborate to benefit both these nations and create jobs in America, create economic growth in America. So there is a lot that we can do together, and I as a business person, I as someone who has lived his life in India for first 24 years, I am deeply interested, and Mr. Modi, when he came to the joint session of Congress, he what we call in America hit out of the park. He was spectacular, and he was very well received by the United States Congress, and the great relationship that he enjoys with the White House. There is a lot of good things that can happen, and I'm all for improving this great relationship between these two great democracies.